Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. We know the SNP are descending into civil war over Stephen Flynn and his attempted two-job, do Westminster and Holyrood. Well, amongst all the recriminations, and we've covered them before in other videos, so I'm not going to, go over them and regurgitate that. But we did mention that there was a problem with one particular MSP, Emma Roddick. Now, Emma Roddick was really castigating, really harsh on Stephen Flynn, and was saying that he'd have to stand down from one of the jobs. He was making a farce of it, that there shouldn't be the ability to do both roles and things like that. And she said, her quote was, and if you just let me read this, she said, "You cannot, I think, serve with a straight face if you have made clear to your constituents one way or the other that this role is your second choice." And of course, she's doubled down on this, and she's really attacking him, and it's quite spectacular to do. However, her attacks on him have now morphed and changed because other things are happening. Other MSPs and other party members are now attacking Emma Roddick. And they're saying that she was a rubbish MSP and that she should really keep her mouth shut and stop interfering in things that don't concern her. It's her party, I'm sure it does concern her. However, some, and of course, this will be embarrassing for her, some are saying it's a bit rich, her moaning about him doing two jobs when she did exactly the same. Because when she got to Holyrood, she did not give up her role on the council that was her previous role. She was previously, local government, and then was still an Inverness councillor. And they're saying, well, you did two jobs. How can you, be moaning about this? I mean, she did eventually quit as a local councillor, but it took quite some time. But I think the problem she had was a thing called fear of missing out. She liked the influence she had within the local group on the council, as well as the power that she had as being part of the SNP. It's always nice to be a big fish in a little pond rather than a little fish in a big pond. And that's why she was doing what she was doing. So, a lot of people are now descending on and having a go at her as well from within the party. Everyone else, all the opposition and that, well, they don't need to do anything, do they? They don't need to get involved in this. They just need to sit back and let it happen and let the SNP attack and fight each other. They're doing the opposition's job for them. And of course, anyone looking in on this is seeing it and just going, what a bunch of absolute arseholes, which they are. Of course, once it's all settled down and slowed down, that's when the opposition go in, stir the pot a bit more, keep the fires burning, and then watch as the SNP basically sort of implodes into itself. But it is rank hypocrisy on both sides. Moaning about the other one doing two jobs while she did two jobs. And of course, then you've got the ones that are saying, oh, we want to do two jobs after moaning about Douglas Ross and his two jobs. It is absolute marvellous, isn't it? But the trouble is, and just as an aside, the problem we got with Flynn, is that he's basically parking his tanks on the lawn outside Butte House and telling Swinney, look, I'm coming for your job and it's you need to go. Now, I'm sure Swinney don't actually mind going, but there's a difference between, well, I think my time has come, and what do you mean you're picking me up by the scruff of the neck and throwing me out? Your natural human instinct is to fight, and I think he will. But of course, it's just weird that they're doing like this. Not that it's not that there's nothing wrong with it. It's their rules. It's their party. They can do what they like. But changing the rules just for Flynn seems a bit odd. Anyway, let me know what you think. Thanks very much. Goodbye.